What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. I want to show you guys some of the updates that I've made to the RE Hustle Companion. If you haven't checked out the last video, definitely go through that. It breaks down the land comp valuation tool, the deal analyzer, and a lot of the other tools that are already in there, right? So today, I want to primarily focus on the latest updates to it. So what I'll do is I'll just ask the bot to kind of walk me through. And this is what you guys can do too. If you all get kind of lost at any point, just simply ask the bot for the latest updates, and it'll actually give it to you in the list. So if you ask it for the latest updates, it'll just break down all of the different things that we may have tweaked or we may have improved or taken off, whatever. It'll break all of that down for you. So we have the deal analyzer. I did make improvements to that. If you haven't, like I said, that walkthrough was on the last video. The land comp valuation tool, that's on there as well. Oops, let me just hit reset. Just give it a second. So yeah, the deal analyzer, the loan matching system, the land comp valuation tool as well. The hotspot map is just a lot of other updates that we made. And that is the one that showed you where the land developers are kind of, prioritizing over others. You got the due diligence upgrades. And the biggest one that we've made right now has been this, the Land OS operational system. So what this is it's a pretty much like an embedded, almost CRM in a way. The other thing we have on here as well is an embedded course. It has modules. You can do quizzes, tests. It has printable study guides. So if you want to print off and kind of look at them, you can. And a lot of other tools that we have, embedded in here, right? So if you ever get lost, just simply ask the bot for the latest updates. The other thing you can do too, if you don't know how to use any of those, there's an embedded FAQ. So you can just say, send me the land guides. If you ask it to send you the land guides, any of the tools, the prompts and the instructions, it will send you a Google Drive link that has all of the instructions and everything. So you can so if you need to know how to use something, you forget how to use something, you just simply click the Google Drive link. It'll take you right to it. It has all the instructions for how to use the deal analyzer tool, how to run the comps, how to use this the best way. It has all the scripts in there. So that way you can kind of get used to using it. Right. So, and you can just save the Google Drive if you want to or whatever, but that's the same one that I'll be uploading all of the tutorials and everything. Will be added to that drive as well. So you can actually ask the bot for that and it'll give it to you. Right. So what I wanted to show you guys was the land operational system, right? So I'm just gonna go here and just reset it really quick. 1 second. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I already saved like 5 like fake like deals. Normally when I do these videos with people who have joined my Zooms and all that, I normally show y'all real deals that I'm working on in real time. But to maintain my privacy, I didn't want to use those deals anymore. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just gonna copy and paste some deals that I already had copied. And this is the cool thing about this is you can put 20 deals on here, 30 deals. You can just send it a spreadsheet and it'll do the same thing, right? So I'm going to say, let's go through step 1 of the land OS, right? So what this is going to do is when you upload a list of deals, it's actually going to prioritize these deals based off of flip score or velocity score. Now, of course, you can run through the the analysis and all that. So of course you can run through the analysis and all that. I always say that if you're gonna use when you're using an LOS system, you might as well just use the deal analyzer first, as it's prompting you right here, just because it's just better for you to already have the profit and the risk and all of that kind of broken down for yourself. When you already have the deals analyzed. At this point, when you're using the Land OS system, this is going to prioritize the deals that you've already analyzed, if that makes sense, right? So your first step will be to run through the comp valuation tool, then run it through the deal analyzer, right? Or vice versa. And then you're going to bring it to the Land OS system, or if you already kind of done that on your own, beforehand, and then you want to just go straight to the Land OS system, you can, right? So then what this is going to do is it's going to rank these deals based off of how fast they can move, the profitability, and the risk factor. So as you can see, it put Ocala Drive #1, and it gave you potential profit, flip score, and it's gonna give you market trend, all that. As you can see, it's ranking it, so you know exactly which deals you probably should spend more time on, and which deals you should kind of put in the back burner. You know what I'm saying? So, and then it also give you a summary chart, so you can actually take this and download it as well. That way, you kind of know what you're working with, right? So, this is just one phase of this tool. This is just one factor that it does, right? It also gives you like action plan for what you should do. How you should determine the best offer price for those deals. It also helps you revive old deals that you may have been looking at. But for the sake of the video, we're gonna go to the next part, right? So that was the Land OS tool. So it just you can actually save that. You can download it, and it'll give you, like I said, a custom action plan based off your goals or off that deal, right? So now on the other one, you can do let's take it through the operational OS, right? All right, so let's take it through the operational OS. Now with the operational OS, um, this is when you get past the analytical stage, right? When you're actually, all right, let's plan to make the moves. Like, how many of these types of deals do I have to do to get to my profit goal? How many offers do I need to make to get a certain amount of closings? This is going to be like your breakdown, so you can reverse engineer your KPI tracking, right? So you can just simply say, hey, I want to make this amount of money, average amount of this amount of deals, and it's going to tell you what you should do, and it's going to go based off of what the deals that you've kind of already started to submit, right? So the more deals you give it, the more data it's going to have, so it knows, all right, these are the type of deals that you're going after, that you're coming across. It's going to tell you how to prioritize what, and then it's going to also tell you exactly what you should do to maximize off of these opportunities, and how you can sharpen yourself to where you're taking more deals down faster and breaking down all the goals that you have in mind, right? So you can simply say, I want to make 50K a month. I'm just going to say 50K a month, right? Now, what it's going to do is going to go off of the deals that you've already kind of given it. So the Land OS is really good, especially if you're doing it like once a month, maybe every quarter or two, to kind of just run through the Land OS system, because it's gonna go through, and it's gonna kind of give you like a report based off what you already gave it, right? So I wouldn't say you have to use the Land OS every day, you know what I mean? But it is really powerful to use it, maybe every month or every week or every quarter after a certain amount of deals you've analyzed, right? So maybe you do it once a week, and then once a month, and then once a quarter, if that makes sense. That way you have these different reports that you know are how to tighten up to hit these different goals that you might have in mind. So basically it's going based off of the deals that you sent. And of course this is fake, so keep the numbers lightly. But it says, hey, you only need one deal every 2 months to hit this number. It gives you a game plan for how many you need to target. The high margin flips, JV, it's going to tell you exactly what to do from there. And then it's going to tell you what you should do on some of those deals. So it's build up a follow-up system for this metal trail, and it's going to tell you which deals you should continue to pursue. So, some deals we all know are just dead deals. And they always say the deal's not done until you're done following up. But at the same time, some deals are just not workable. Like, regardless of the fact, some deals are just not good at all. It might be something with the land that just makes it to where it's just unbuildable. Why are you wasting your time? Keep going back to it, right? So this will tell you, hey, yo, prioritize, targeting this particular deal for whatever reason, right? So it's telling you build up a follow-up system for that metal trail, right? So you know exactly what it does. So now what you can do too, you can actually save all of this data. So you tell it, hey, just save it and let's move on to the next part, right? Let's save it. So the Savage Stack is another tool that's embedded in here as well. So you say, all right, let's just save it. We're gonna move on to the Savage Stack, right? And each time that you ask it to move on to another tool, it's gonna tell you what that tool is, right? So it's not like you just gonna just be winging it, you know what I mean? So once you tell it to save it, now you can go back and ask it for an Excel spreadsheet of all the details and notes that it provided on that report, and you can just keep it for your records and everything. And then whenever you want to run this again, upload that Excel spreadsheet back to it, and it will remember exactly where it left off. So if you see right here, this is the Savage Stack mode, right? Now this is for reviving those old deals, those old leads. This is for like crafting offers for those deals to kind of make it more attractive. Basically turning the deal from cold to warm, and then turning from warm to hot. That should be your goal when you're following up with these leads, right? So now gonna ask you, all right, pick a mode. Do you want to revive some old ghosted leads? Do you want to, come up with some offers based off of those? I came up with the term trapdoor offer. This is basically me saying a lot of deals that you run into, they just need the right offer at the right time in a way where it makes them hard to say no, right? This is why I always tell my people, when you go into a market, have multiple different exit strategies, have multiple different ways that you can attack a deal. That way, when a situation arises, you know that you can take this deal. You do more than just wholesaling. You know what I mean? You can subdivide land, you can buy it, you can flip it, you can do some creative, you can do a joint venture with the seller. You can do a lot of different things in the market versus just doing a traditional wholesale. That's just basic, right? There's so many different other strategies that you can have in this business. So by having these trapdoor offers, it gives you 3 different offers that you can come up with to offer to that seller to re-engage them. So, right, if you have a problem in like re-engaging cold leads and old leads, this will help you as well, right? So so here's the cool thing too. Since it already saved, you can just ask it to go based off of the stuff that you already kind of put. So I'm gonna just scroll up really quick. I'm gonna just say Oak Hollow. Actually, I'll just say Riverbend because it said low to medium. So I'm gonna just say Riverbend. Let's go full Savage on 109 Riverbend. So now keep in mind too that these are fake. So the numbers are gonna be just random, right? But um, this is initially how it's gonna work. So when you tell it to go full savage mode on whatever parcel or whatever seller's name, it's gonna break it down once again, right? It's gonna remind you of whatever the notes was, and then it's gonna give you a script for you to revive that lead. So hey, it said, hey, I'm circling back on a lot, still considering selling. I might have a partner lined up specifically looking for a corner lot with commercial zoning. Timing lined up in favor. You're just saying stuff to where now it's giving you a way to re-engage that person. A lot of people in the business, they tend to go back to old leads and they'll just say, hey, you still got that lot. That's not enough to re-engage a seller. Sometimes you have to kind of put a little extra on it to make it to where it's enticing to them, or makes it to where they want to move forward, right? So remember, you're not begging. We don't beg in this business. We just offer opportunities and we go on from there. So now, if you look here, it gave you the trapdoor offer stack, right? Where it's going to give you 3 strategic offer tiers, right? You got the anchor offer. This is where it is a low ball, but it's logical, which is what most people stop. Most people only have this ability. They don't have the ability to go in other directions with it. Like they're only going after these low ball offers, and then when somebody tells them no, that's it. That they don't really have another. They don't really have another angle to go at. All right. So with this, yes, you're gonna offer them 90 all cash. Let's say they don't take it. All right. This is supposed to be framed as the fast and quick and easy one, right? But okay, there's another level up where you can say, hey, we can do your ask, but we might need different feasibility, selling concessions, whatever, right? Now, this is something that just kind of meets them in the middle of where they are, and it might not. Again, that might not work, right? Or it could work. It might just take time. But then you have the third one, which is the creative offer. If anybody who's really doing this business, we can tell you, listen, if you only are able to wholesale the deal and you're not able to offer any type of creative offer, you leaving a lot of money on the table. A lot of money on the table. So having the ability to offer something more creative, you can take down way more deals with way less effort, right? Because most people in this business are not offering these more creative strategies because they don't really know how to do it for real. So now you might be the only person who have come up with an offer that's creative enough to move that needle, right? So you might say, hey, how about we do a down payment, the monthly arrangement, and then we sublease or we partner or whatever, right? So now you're moving to a different level of the business, but this trapdoor offer that will give you that. So I always tell people this, like we talk about how many times we're supposed to follow up with people, right? The average person in business in general, they don't move unless they don't talk to you about 5, 6, maybe 7 times, right? Sometimes more, especially with the short attention span we got nowadays. You probably got to talk to us about 10 times before they actually move the needle, right? So if you keep coming in with the exact same thing every single time, the chances that I'm saying no is just going to keep on is going to keep growing. You only keep coming with the same thing. If you don't have the ability to come with them with something different, or a different angle that would make it more attractive to them, then they're either just not going to budge or they're going to end up with somebody who has the ability to come up with these creative offers. So that's what that's for, right? So now, as you can see, then as you progress, it's gonna say, all right, it's gonna give you a closing line, all right. Um, you're at that point you're offering them 3 different ways that y'all can make the deal go. You know, the other thing too is that this will once you get to the point where you're ready to send a new offer to that person, it'll draft an email for you or a letter of intent. And so if you need to say, all right, I want to do a letter of intent to do LOI for option 3. All right, it's going to give you a LOI for that creative offer, so that way you already have it, and then you can just download it, send it to the seller. All right, so you don't even have to think about it, and you can just ask it, hey, can you put this in a PDF or something like that, and then you can download it and then send it to the seller. So just to recap on the power of this tool, all of this right here can be saved, and you can just either add it to your current CRM, or you could just simply use the Excel sheet that this is going to give you as your CRM. And that's what's cool. And then whenever you want to do it again, just upload it to the system, and it's going to remember exactly where it was, and it's going to do the same process over again, right? So a lot of the thinking that you're having to do when you're putting in these leads and you're analyzing stuff, you spend hours on a computer and all that, you can really just do it in a couple minutes using this right here. All right. So let's save it. So you can just tell it, all right, send me, save it and send me the Excel report for what we did today. And then what it's going to do is going to send you an Excel sheet. It's going to have all the details of everything that you've broken down, and then you can just save it for your records. All right. So that's pretty much essentially what the LAN OS system is. This is like an embedded CRM. You make offers way faster. You're reviving old deals. You're prioritizing the deals that are hot. You're trashing the ones that are not. This, without a doubt, will make you move way faster in the business. All right. So yeah. If anybody has any questions about any of this, feel free to DM me, email me, or anything. Reach out to me. For those of y'all who have not already gotten this tool, I've been secretly adding more and more tools as the day go by. Right, every single last day, every couple of days, with this tool, I've been unlocking more stuff for the people who've already supported this bot. And this is just 1.0 again. 2.0 is getting really, really close to being done. I look forward to working with you all, and hope I see you in the next one.